a celebrity.
Okay.
You are. Well, it seems like it was a lot of fun to watch, and I can't wait to see what we have coming next. So, looks like we have the Long Island gang
versus Superphoria with Gold. Not to be confused with Gold, the team.
Okay,
we
so
had
Gold the player versus Gold the team.
We had a Gold the player, Superphoria with Gold versus Gold. It was very weird.
That is a little weird. I get that. Okay. Well, I hear some game music, so that means we must be getting ready to go here. And man, I'm really excited.
I think I am too. Yeah. I think if I'm correct in this, that the top 2 teams get to split the prize pool.
Yeah. It's 70-30, I think.
Okay, so
that's a pretty good split.
I think so too. I think these teams can definitely earn that top spot of the Greater Philly Area Convention Center tournament at Smashadelphia.
At too many games. All the things come together. Thank you guys so much for having us. I've had so much fun.
I've had a lot of fun too.
Yeah. So we're super excited to get into this top 4. Looking at these 2 teams and looking at our map list, we're going to be swapping over to best of 5. And we're starting right away with tower control on the Reef. So it's going to be really fun to see what they're able to do here. And, we've been watching them play all day. So what are they changing?
Definitely. Interesting. I noticed that on Superphoria, they are deciding to run a double charger, but instead a double Brella comp.
Okay. I think I've seen this happen a couple of times with Bitmap's teams before. Sometimes they do really well with it, and sometimes not. I think this is the team that's going to give them a little bit of trouble here.
I honestly think that these 2 teams are probably, they rightfully deserve that spot on the top 4, and I think that they're gonna really show each other why they're there.
They really will. And especially here, you can definitely see that the Long Island gang is making sure that they have all their bases covered. I'm interested to see why Gons decided to swap over to the sloshing machine. I don't think we've seen him play that yet today. And even though it is a good pick, it's not the one with the Ray. So
we have a double bomb rush on that side. I think that's a really risky, I want to say, pick for tower control, especially since the sloshing machine Neo has not suction bombs but splat bombs. You can't really stick that to the tower.
Yeah. Maybe it's just for the idea of being able to paint around the tower and help yourselves get as much map control as possible. That would be my only thought. But it seems like right now they're just trying to break through this as fast as humanly possible. And that Stingray went down, so Gamer was picked off, and that's a 3-down situation for Long Island Gang.
And I think that gives an opportunity to Superphoria really to make that pushback, although Little Gons is not making it easy for that to happen.
Just before this set started, I went over to Little Gons and I got a picture because I wanted a picture with the legend 29KA. How can you pass that up? But
Little Gons is definitely up there as one of the top players in the NA scene. I think they prove themselves every day.
Certainly do. Gamer does have that Stingray at the ready again. It's going to help Umray try to control and take this point, but no, not going to be able to do it. That means they'll have to restart it when they come back, so that's going to be a little frustrating. But it does give Superphoria with Gold an opportunity to make a little bit of a push if Bitmap can stay alive.
And we really see that aggression that we've been talking about all day, night, all night. Night, afternoon, night. We see that aggression. We really want people to push up past the objective. Because if you do that, you really give yourself an opportunity to just let the tower flow while you don't have to really worry about the team.
You're absolutely correct in that. I think you were the one who we first had this discussion. Everything is turf war if you consider where you can go, and you're absolutely right in that, because if the tower can move throughout map control that you already have, one less thing to worry about. So I think so far, each team is doing the best that they can here. If Gons can get this beautiful pick on that Brella, not going to be able to do it, but still just sharking around, trying to create a lot of pressure here. Bitmap is able to take him down though, and Umbrea on the tower with those missiles has to forego that checkpoint once again.
Although Gamer almost getting that. Hitzel sharking over there, really waiting for an opportunity to pop out. Oh, let's see if getting V, but getting taken out right away. Gold with a double. I don't know. I've said this before. I played with Gold before. Gold is a phenomenal charger. I think that they're not gonna let Long Island Gang have it easy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tough. I really liked Gold's positioning there too, you know, making sure that they didn't overextend when the rest of the team was still respawning. And that can sometimes be a little hard in a LAN scene because you get excited and you want to just keep pushing forward. So having that control is really smart. And
just, you know, I think that comes with a lot of experience as a backliner to know when to push up and to know when to stay back.
The armor is a good thing to have here too because we're getting really close to being able to take this lead from them. If they can't get them off the tower, able to do it, but no, that's going to be the lead right there. Lead swapped over and Gold is still alive, but the only one that was there. Just like it's second too late for Long Island Gang to be able to take that.
I mean, I think, like you said, it was a risky comp for the side of Superphoria, but perhaps worthwhile as far as countering Long Island Gang's comp.
I think that's really what we're looking at here. My question really is the slashing machine pick, and I understand why, because the chip damage is really good. You're going to be able to get onto the tower with that arc really nice, but I don't know, we saw Gons pop off earlier. I just wanted to keep seeing that. Oh no!
Gamer not being quite able to take out Gold. That was a pretty solid victory for Superphoria.
I was talking with Hitzel like a little bit before this set, and I said, what are you worried about? And he said he's worried about Bitmap's team. And I think rightfully so, because it really does show that they're prepared to counter what Long Island Gang has.
Mm-hmm. For sure, and we see a little bit of the pop-off on the side of Superphoria. They're looking pretty excited, so I'm hoping that maybe that momentum can take them through to the next game. As a reminder that the top 4 cut is all best of 5.
Yes.
I believe? Yes.
Yeah,
Best of 5. So these sets will be just a little bit longer than what we've seen so far, but not that much.
Yeah, and I think it'll be pretty good because we're still in double elim, so no matter what happens, you know, we will have an opportunity for some of these teams to kind of come back.
Mm-hmm, for sure. But, I mean, I don't think any team is going to want to give up their spot in the winners final because we definitely don't want to see that bracket reset.
Yeah.
You very infrequently see people bracket reset and win that reverse sweep.
Yeah, it's really tough because it's not only something that you now have to deal with, like, of your mentality of now we have to do an extra set of games, but also just the worry and the fatigue. It's really hard.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's as much of a mental game as it is a game of like physical endurance, of mechanical knowledge, of game knowledge. There's just so much goes into playing competitively in Splatoon.
It's very true. And we'll see what they're going to be able to do on Piranha Pit Rainmaker. So what do you think we're going to have in terms of changes? Are we going to see that double umbrella again?
I don't know if we're going to see a double umbrella. I would like to see probably a Stingray. This map is probably among the biggest map mode combos as far as just... What? I just saw Melissa's face just... Oh, the double. We have the double charger coming out again.
I didn't get to see it earlier. I went for food, so they've done this before.
But they don't have the tent umbrella this time.
Okay.
The double charger tent umbrella Slayer comp.
Okay. They won that game?
They won a few of them.
Okay. All right. I could see how it would be viable because you have that tent umbrella to protect some of the other teammates as you go for things. But I'm not sure. I mean, I think so far it looks like maybe this could work for them.
Lil Gons coming in with that to flank. Although it was kind of a weird choice considering Bitmap was pushing the Rainmaker and
I think
it was weird. It was like they traded a member of each team.
Yeah, I think that was a weird moment too. Maybe they didn't quite realize that Bitmap was pushing that Rainmaker,
And Bitmap didn't have any backup pushing the Rainmaker either. So I think there was just miscommunication a little bit on both sides of the spectrum.
Ooh, beautiful shot on Hitzel though. So Gold just, this is what I was talking about, being patient enough to be able to wait for everything else. So that's what he's doing. He's going to support Bitmap any way he can as Bitmap's making that right-hand push, but the Stingray just stops him in his tracks.
And I just want to point out that it's so important to use the map to your advantage. And what I mean by that is you really want to find where those pillows are. You want to find where those walls are, and you want to peek out. You don't want to just leave yourself out in the open. And I think Gold does a fantastic job covering themselves while they're trying to snipe.
I agree with you there. I think that, having your map knowledge is so important. But V coming around gets that really, really nice shot there. And just doing, I think, what they can, Superphoria with Gold right now, making sure that they're creating a staggered spawn situation for Long Island Gang. And this type of flank is really important for that.
Oh man, he ran right into there.
Oh my gosh. I think V was also surprised, but kind of expecting Gamer to set up there, and just didn't expect him that quickly.
I thought that was a little bit of a weird option. I think they could have used that momentum to push forward, but it seemed that no one picked up the Rainmaker from that.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of an odd setup. Maybe Long Island Gang is just waiting to build one more special. Maybe they're hoping right away that Frelick uses up the special really, really fast. And Gold's just holding onto the Stingray, waiting for the incoming push, knows it's on its way, and they haven't done anything yet.
Alright, I think that Long Island Gang trying to make that push, although I honestly think maybe getting one or two more picks in that situation would have been ideal.
I have to say, I think Gamer has met his Stingray match. I haven't seen him win a Stingray battle yet, and I really want to because I know he's so strong in that.
Oh my gosh, squeezing by, barely touching the pedestal, but getting that lead to 10, which is a fantastic lead to have on a map like this. Oh, that was unfortunate.
I don't quite know what happened there either. They had popped the Rainmaker shield, and I know Umbre was just guarding it, but
I think there was a bomb there that Umbre happened to run into as the shield. You can't have a shield open on both sides.
No. Certainly seems like it. And this, Long Island Gang needs to just come back together and figure out how they're going to make this happen right now. They need to get some really key picks. What they really need is 2 to 3 down. And if they can do something like that, they can do it. But finally, looking for a really strong push right now. But no, Bitmap and V they just came together and
that pincer tactic.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a numbers advantage. I've said this before. You gotta use your teammates and make sure that you guys are together, you guys are on the same page, because that just multiplies the effectiveness of your push.
Sometimes you get a little in your own head too, so we'll see if that affects them at all. It looks like at this point though, Long Island Gang knows what the play is going to be, and they're trying to push Bitmap as far back as possible so they don't have as far to run. But Bitmap's doing a great job just dodging that Stingray and everything else that's being thrown at him.
And I think at this point, Superphoria really wants to... They want to play defensively. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. If they can stop the Rainmaker from making a push, I think it's effectively GG. And there's the missiles, the Stingray, everything is coming out. There was no surviving that.
No, I saw that Stingray get ready, and I'm like, all right, if Gamer's alive and he can take out the Stingray, and then I saw him go down right before the Stingray popped.
I think at that point, it's just really important to know where your enemy specials are at, or to just, be more aware of that, just so you can counter it, so you don't have to. Because if you're the backliner and you're the only Stingray player, you're the only one who can counter the opponent's Stingray. So I think it puts them in a tough position, and I think they really need to take a step back because of it.
I agree. I think that they're gonna regroup. I like this too, the little bit of pop off and excitement that's going on here. definitely getting ready. And you could see the seriousness that's coming into Long Island Gang and setting into what they kind of want to achieve. So I wonder what they might change up this time around.
For sure. And I think it's worth mentioning that Superphoria has been playing such weird comps, things that I don't think would work. A double charger and a tent umbrella, a double charger and double slayer.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that these would be things you see typically in a competitive match, but they make it work for them.
I think that was something that Bitmap had said he wanted to do with Super Meme, was experiment with different comps and try to make it something that could be more viable within competitive. And I think this kind of shows that when you're with the right people, it can work. Because as we saw, it's been working.
For sure. And I think that just builds on that picture that we put out with the meta. It's not really set. You can really make most things work if you put your mind to it.
Very true. And that's something like if you just enjoy what you're doing as well, because you could tell that they're having a really good time, whereas the seriousness is coming from the Long Island Gang side here.
For sure. I mean, maybe they'll use that momentum to continue pushing forward, or maybe Long Island Gang will prove them wrong and then the momentum will shift the other way. It wouldn't be the first time we saw a reverse sweep.
True. And Clan Blitz, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So going into it, Clan Blitz on Camp Triggerfish, and this is definitely a map that can have interesting circumstances if you're able to kind of coordinate very well. My favorite one is coming from that top left side of basket.
Yeah, the unexpected flank. It is the thing that I never look out for, and then I'm like, oh no, they're in my base already.
So I think that this is kind of an interesting pick here. I'm happy to see Umbre swap over to the slashing machine because we have seen him do it before, and Gamer going over to a charger is
an interesting pick.
Yeah.
Although he is a backliner, I'm correct in saying he's usually playing heavy.
Yes.
Or a splat lane of some sort.
Yeah, I would agree. So
this is a charger battle now.
A little bit, seems like it. From what we can kind of tell from the overview, it looks like they're definitely trying to make their way up that flank. That Ken Sajuli on that right side looks like they're doing everything that they can to just get in a really good position. Gamer does have a Stingray at the ready, so... Oh no! Gets called out by B and unfortunately does go down with that Stingray.
I think what is interesting, especially about Clan Blitz, is that you really have to feel out how the other team plays that map, or what kind of things they're running, or what kind of play style they have before you can even decide to make that push. Ooh, Gamer making those trick jumps back, avoiding that Stingray narrowly.
I think that was also a good idea to drop that splat bomb because he didn't quite know who could be coming up that flank, and just making sure that, bases are all covered. Gets a good shot on Bitmap right in the middle too, so that's going to really help their positioning as well. And if they can just build up the clams, because right now they have none.
I think they're really just kind of holding their base, and the pressure that Superphoria is putting on them is maybe just a little bit too much for them to handle at this moment.
Seems like it. I think there's also a lot of green on their side of the base, so maybe it's something they need to work on, not just with holding their base and the pressure, but making sure that they're constantly painting so that there's nowhere for Superphoria to get into this base.
And we see Hitzel running his classic NZAP 83, where he's been experimenting with comps, and I think that weapon is a great choice for a team that maybe is lacking a little bit in the painting field.
I really like this pick too, and I think that it's really smart from him. Playing a little bit of defense right now too. He's just doing what he can to make sure that a lot of these power plays don't come out. Beautiful, beautiful flank right there. A little bit of squid bag maybe.
Maybe he was trying to fix himself. I don't really know.
Just in time for that clam to despawn as well. Hitzel's gotta like avoid some of these missiles and get pushed back a little bit, but it does give him time to pick up some newly spawned clams, and I'm not quite sure who is gonna go after that power clam, but it puts a target on them, so they have to be super, super careful.
Oh no, oh, hello. That baller did not work the way that Bitmap wanted it to work.
No way. I almost expected him to go into the water there too. Sometimes you can just hit that baller perfectly right and they're just gone.
At that point, perhaps it would have been better just to play it a little bit more safely. They dropped a lot of clams, like 15 clams there, I want to say.
This is it. This is the push that I've been waiting for. I love that Hitzel decided to come up this side and get that power clam in off to the right-hand side. They still have their other power clam, and the rain is going to cover them. So if Gamer can get close, nice. Beautiful 60-point push. This is kind of like textbook clams. Exactly the number that you want to see for your first push.
And they executed it pretty textbook-like too. They made sure that the people with the clams had a way in, and they protected them, and they really played to their coordination really well.
They certainly did, and I think that's something to be said too. I am shocked that we survived that. But really great maneuvering does prove that they're able to like stay alive as long as they can. They have missiles at the ready too. Oh my gosh, Lotios with
the double.
Oh,
can they get a triple? That was a quad on
nice
Leotis.
job.
Oh my god, that push is relentless.
Really, really nice job here. 33.
That's a very strong first push. Oh, barely missing. But 3 of them making it out alive, all 4 of them making it out alive is actually very unusual and, like, I don't know.
No, I agree. It just shows that they were really secure in where they wanted to be positioned. And this is like a do-or-die push right now because Long Island Gang has overtime and they have only this time to be able to make this work for them. Otherwise, they're going to be knocked into losers and they have to rerun if they want to win here.
I think that might be it. Gamer trying to make that last desperate push, but not quite being able to do so.
Wow.
That was a clean 3-0 on the side of Superphoria.
It certainly was. I wonder if there was like a little bit of that kind of wait time knocked Long Island Gang off their game a little.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It's happened to me before. Where you V with the 19 splats, look
nice.
All of them being good sports with each other. Warms my heart.
Yeah, we saw Bitmap and Hitzel give each other a hug right there, and that was really sweet. So, also, everybody you're always excited to be able to face good opponents. Mm-hmm. And when you can have that and say, hey, we did a good job, played our best, you have to just be proud of yourselves.
Definitely. And I mean, they're not out of the tournament yet. They still have the losers matches to kind of climb their way through.
Yeah, and they don't have that many of them too. So we'll see how quickly we'll be set up for the next one that we're going in.
I believe it's losers semis.
Okay.
I want to, because then losers semis, and then there's losers finals, and then there's grand finals.
I'll help you out. It is loser semis.
Yeah.
And just for confirmation, loser semis is still best of 3, but losers finals will be best of 5, and of course grands.
Best of 5.
Okay.
Thank you, voice from on high.
I gotcha.
Our stream tech extraordinaire, Chris. Thank you so much. So yeah, I still think that it's a lot of really good Splatoon that we have to come. So our other 2 teams are going to be Squid's Calamity versus Voodoo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so Voodoo was a lot of fun to be able to watch play, and they really had a great showing and a good amount of time that they were able to do things. So it's going to be really nice to be able to see what they do too.
I'm trying not to let my candy be stolen. I'll eat it! Okay, you can eat my berries and cherries.
I would feel really bad if they were mine.
I can't even open this. Can you open this?
Do you want me to open it? You need to do it right in the mic. Barry here for the rescue to open the berries and cherries. What a hero. What a
Hey,
hero.
by the way, more updates. So apparently loser semis played off stream for the interest of time.
Oh.
So yeah, we're gonna jump right to loser finals, which is going to be Long Island Gang and then Voodoo, who took it over Squid's Calamity 2-1 in semis.
Ooh.
That was